السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله. So I'm not going to take a lot of time from you. Inshallah, the main fundraising will be done by our Sheikh Al-Khawalda. Inshallah, after a beautiful lecture from our beloved Sheikh Dr. Yasir Qadi, inshallah. Last night we had another event for Basmah in Florida. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, by the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we were able to raise about $150,000. So I heard that New Yorkers are more generous than the people in Florida. You know, I was in Hajj a few years ago, before COVID, and I had some people from New York. And then by the end of the Hajj, in our way back to America, one of them said, Sheikh, thank you very much for all of what you did with us. Please, if you ever visited New York and you need anything or you have any problem, please just make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, Allah will give you what you want. And so I know that New Yorkers are generous, but he was just kidding, you know. If you ever get a chance to visit Chicago, perhaps to eat deep dish pizza, we have halal now, zabih halal deep dish pizza style, or to visit Divan Avenue for tahura, or to eat some Hyderabadi biryani, one of the most zabardast delicious ones. Please visit Mecca Center. I want to share with you very shortly about Mecca Center, because this is my part for tonight. You know, Mecca Center, just similar to many of other organizations and Islamic centers in America, we started very humble, renting 2 floors in a commercial building behind Chase Bank. We were hiding for years. And then a group of the people in the community said, we deserve to have a community center. So we had the project, we had the groundbreaking in 2012, and the project was a huge project. The project budget was $20 million. But at that time, especially end of 2011, beginning of 2012, the Arab Spring started. And here when many people, like from the Middle East, including Syrian people, Egyptian people, Palestinian people, everybody, you know, they felt like, what we're gonna do now? There is a lot of people who are in need for our donations overseas. And so, are we going to continue with the project, or should we stop the project here? And then we decide that we cannot help them if we cannot help ourselves here. Then the other day, we had a meeting and said, okay, now since we're having this project, we are in need for every and each dollar. Are we going to allow other organizations, like relief organizations, who are working to support the refugees and people in need overseas, to come and also ask people to donate? And after some discussion, we said, yes, we will never prevent anyone from coming to the house of Allah to ask from the khair of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And believe it or not, brothers and sisters, wallahi, when you open your doors for khair and barakah for others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open more doors for you. The community has been very generous to everyone. In Ramadan, every night we have a fundraising. Every night we have a fundraising for a relief organization. And at the same time, we raise every year more than what we expect from the community for our local masjid. On November 13th, we had our annual dinner, and our goal was to raise $2 million. Now we finished the construction, alhamdulillah. We're about to open the second wing to complete the project. Our goal was to raise $2 million. And how much we raised? Brother Mir was there. We raised $2.7 million. The same people who are giving to Rohingya, who are giving to Palestinians, who are giving to Kashmir, who are giving to people in Africa, who are giving to the people of Yemen, are the same people who are giving more and more. So my appeal for you today is that, just as in the hadith from Ibn Abi Dunya, who narrated from Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu tabaraka wa ta'ala anhuma, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَلَأَنْ أَمْشِي مَعَ أَخِي فِي حَاجَةٍ أحب إلي من أن أعتكف في المسجد يعني مسجد الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم شهرا. Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم is saying that for me to walk with my brother, to fulfill his need, to meet his need, is more dearer and more beloved and rewarded for me than to spend the entire month making i'tikaf in the masjid of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Spending time in the masjid without helping others, does not work in Islam. And so my appeal for you tonight, and of course I'm not going to ask you individually, I'm asking people who are attached to the masajid, my respected imams and shuyukh, my respected board members. You know, how many masajid we have here? And I know I see, mashallah, a lot of leaders here. How many masajid, people who are representing masajid here? Raise your hand. You're not going to do anything. Raise your hand, mashallah. Okay, mashallah. So what we're asking here is that you have one sheet like this in your table. And what we're asking is to allow Basmah to come to your masjid to ask from the khair of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One Jum'ah, one Friday, khutbah and fundraising, or one night in the month of Ramadan. This is what we're asking. And again, wallahi, the more you open, the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open more doors for you. So I want all of you, please, the leaders of the masajid, to start fill this, inshallah, now, before we leave. So we know how many masjid, inshallah ta'ala, will allow all of us to raise funds for our brothers and sisters in the Rohingya refugee camps. Can I have like a couple of hands down with people who are committed to do that? Or at least they will go and ask and consult with the Shura Council or the board members or the executive committee members to ask them, inshallah, to do this? Can you raise hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, mashallah, 4, bismillah, 5, mashallah, 6, mashallah, jazakallah khair, mashallah. Allahu Akbar. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Another one, mashallah, 6, mashallah. This is beautiful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your communities. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your masajid. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your family members. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow all of us to be keys of khair and barakah and goodness. Say ameen. Jazakumullahu khairan wa barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.